What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Yesterday we talked about a New York continuation setup, and that is indeed what we got, although we did not, well rather we have yet to hit the higher time frame target. And so in today's video I'm going to give you guys the rundown on what is the game plan today and how to take advantage of this move, because there is a potential that we will take 95k before the end of the week. And when I say end of the week, I am talking about Sunday. Right before we get into it, guys, in about 15 days we're going to be hosting another free masterclass. For those of you who have joined this before, you know that this is no fluff, no BS. It's just going to be 2 hours straight of value. If you guys would like to secure your spot, I would highly recommend you check out the first link in the description box below. But otherwise, back to the video. Talking about Bitcoin yesterday, that was a perfect moment. And so now, before we get into anything, let's hop onto the daily time frame so that we are in line with whatever's happening on the higher time frame. And we always start off on the higher time frame and then go lower. That is the proper way to do an analysis. Right now on the higher time frame, this is the fair value gap that we marked out yesterday that we were anticipating for price to actually fill yesterday, with lining up with this 1 hourly bullish order block. Now, the other scenario that I talked about was that you would sweep this liquidity and a New York continuation session, or rather in this case, New York will head towards the upside. That is indeed what we got. So the fact that this wasn't filled is no concern, because in terms of the daily chart, if you look at the fair value gap, it actually extends all the way like that. And so we can already confidently say that yesterday was just fitting in the fair value gap. And that's how we also ended up with the bias towards the upside, by the way. That's how we kind of identified that yesterday's movement during the New York session was going to head towards the upside. And so what is the game plan today? Well, good news is that today is also going to be bullish, because yesterday's candle was bullish, and also the fact that you filled in the daily fair value gap means that your bias is bullish. And whenever you have a bullish daily bias, you want to look for some kind of a power of 3, meaning you want to look for buys underneath the daily open and you want to ride it above the daily open. And so right now, as of the time that I'm recording this video, price is actually still underneath the daily open, which is a really good sign. And now all we need to do is to actually look for PDRAs or any kind of liquidity levels that we can take advantage of in order to, you know, go long, fade the move. For example, yesterday, that was a liquidity point that we marked out. Once that got swept, boom, New York headed the other direction. So in terms of the 1 hourly, right off the get-go, I can see that we have these two relatively equal lows right here. So in the event that you sweep either one of these lows during the New York session, so the time I'm recording this, it is just about the end of the London kill zone. So today the opportunity is going to be inside the New York session for sure. So another alternative is that if you do not sweep those lows, then you're going to find some support at this bullish fair value gap here. Now, as for which one of these levels is going to be the one that you look for, again, it's the same thing that I talked about yesterday, which is you want to look for the behavior of price, like certain behaviors of price, at the kill zones, which is timings, right? The market is not just about price action, it's about matching up your price action alongside the timings. Because guess what? Certain things happen at certain times more often than not. And so the play for today is that sometime during 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. New York, you want to look for price to actually head into this level. And then what you want to do is actually go onto the 5-minute chart and see if you have bullish order flow. Now, this basically means that I don't know if this level is going to be the one that, you know, drives markets higher, or if after you sweep, you know, both of these lows, only then will you, get a push higher. And the answer is that you want to see where price is and how price reacts at 7 to 10 a.m. New York. Now, the other thing to consider though is the fact that this is the Asia low, something that we tend to look for, just like what happened yesterday. We want to see a sweep of the Asian low, but the fact is yesterday it happened during the London. Today, London did not sweep either one of Asia's highs or lows. And so today is not as clear cut, although all we can do is to identify bullish PDRAs and bullish liquidity levels that we can take advantage of, because overall the daily bias is towards the upside. The first target for today is definitely going to be this previous high set during the Asia session from today. And so although if I had to bet, I think, this is the setup that I'm going to be looking for. This will be your TP1 and that will be your TP2 at 95,000. Now, the move may not happen today, but it will definitely happen, even throughout the weekends, which I will be making videos on. So if you appreciate these analyses done on the smart money perspective on crypto, then make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell notification, because I'll be coming to you guys with daily uploads. And if you would like to join that free masterclass, sign up with the first link in the description box below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.